Hey everybody, it's Emmanuel, and today we're going to be talking about how to communicate sexually. Shanti, shalom, shalom, shanti, peace everybody. As I mentioned today, we're going to be talking about how to communicate sexually. This is such a critical but not discussed often topic that you can implement into your love life immediately tonight. The cool thing about this is that as we talk about sex magic and what sex magic is about, this is what we call doing magic. This is actual practical sexual tips to spicing up the love and the romance in your life. I've had to record this video a second time because the first time I noticed that the volume was way too low. So we're doing this a second time. It's going to be very similar to the last one. But let's talk about it. First and foremost, there's three phases of sexual communication. There's before sexual intimacy and interaction, there's during, and then there's after, right? This is cool because not only does this feedback provide an opportunity for you to optimize your teamwork with your partner so you can optimize your experience, but also one of the things that it does is that it further solidifies trust between you and your partner. It further opens up your heart so that you can more readily enter into those bliss energies. And it's overall just makes your experience better when you know what your partner needs and they know what you need. And the other thing about the communication aspect is your words matter. As I've talked about in other episodes, words carry energy. So the way that you communicate your needs, your desires, what you like, what you don't like, really does play a pivotal role. So let's just jump straight into it. So the first phase of sexual communication is the discovery phase. So for instance, maybe you're in a new partnership, or maybe you're already in an existing partnership, or you have a lover already. But one of the things that's really cool to do in the discovery phase, when you're really trying to figure out what your partner really likes and what they don't like, is the discovery phase, and giving them simple choices, right? A lot. And so once you do that, just ask them, is this fast or slow enough? Is this firm enough, or is this soft enough, or is this enough pressure? Would you like more pressure, less pressure? And the thing about this is an adjustment. So you're adjusting to their needs, you're catering to their needs, and that really helps, right? That really helps to solidify what they like. And so you now know how much pressure to add, or how fast to go, or how slow to go, or whatever you're doing, right? So the second aspect of this is if you're receiving, right? So in the first example, we're talking about really giving, right? You're giving to your partner, you're pleasing your partner, but what about receiving, right? If you're on the receiving end and you want to tell them to do something else, or you want them to do something a different way, you want them to touch you someplace that they're not, this is where the communication aspect really, really falls in place, right? So it's first about acknowledging what they're doing, right? Remember, we're dealing with sensitive hearts, right? And so people want to be appreciated for what they're already doing. So acknowledging that you're really loving, or you're really enjoying how they are kissing you, or massaging you, or stroking you. I'm really enjoying, so saying I'm really loving or enjoying whatever aspect, right? This is the formula. The other aspect is your request, right? So I'm really loving, or I'm really enjoying, or this really is great, but could you also, or could you please, moving your hips in this direction, or could you please lie on your back? Could you please, would you be willing to, right? Kiss me on my chest, kiss me here, kiss me there, right? So doing things like that First acknowledging what they're doing, then saying, could you please, would you be willing to, is a formula which they'll be like, oh my gosh, of course I will. That's not a problem at all. That's not a big request at all. So keep in mind the formula, right? Acknowledge first. Hey, I'm really enjoying this. Could you please rub my whatever now? Could you please do this now? Could you please go a little faster? Hey, I'm really loving what you're doing. Could you please go a little faster? Hey y'all, just a short little intermission. If you've received some value from this video, go hit the like button. If it's your first time here, go ahead and subscribe and leave a comment in the comment section. I'll definitely send you an introductory message. Just say, I've subscribed, and I'm going to personally welcome you to the channel. Also, if you're a return listener, hey, what's up? You're an ascender. You are the MVP of this channel. And yeah, y'all, just wanted to tell y'all that, so let's get back to the message. Hey guys, so we're back from break, and so one of the things that I realized that we haven't talked about yet is what to do before or after. We talked about what to do during, but before and after is also just as critically important as the communication and the things that go on between the heart and the mind and the body beforehand, right? So if it's not a quickie, if you have time, before, that's a place where you want to meditate, or if you're not into meditating, one of the great things that you can do with your partner is affirmations. Really telling them, how you appreciate them, what you're grateful for, and coming from a very heart-centered place can really open up their hearts, right? We'll talk one day about eye gazing or soul gazing. We'll talk about different tantric hugs and those sort of things that really build the intimacy and the connection. But affirming one another and getting into a really high energy state in which you guys are open, you can communicate openly, it really clears the air energetically for you guys to enter into a harmonious experience, which is exactly what we want. So before, the communication should be affirmative, it should be loving, it should be peaceful, it should be vulnerable, right? You could talk about your day, like, you know what, I'm really, today that really peeved me off, but I'm just grateful to have you in my experience right now. Those kind of heartfelt centered messages can really open up the heart, and that's what we're going for. We're going for a higher energetic sexual experience, and that's where it starts, right? It starts at the heart. It starts with communication. It starts with appreciation. It starts with the honor of your partner's body. So that's critical, right? Now, afterwards, what do we do? So afterwards, it's all about feedback. Remember, part of this is energetic, right? The inner work that you do in yourself, the honesty, the communication between you and your partner. But a lot of it also is teamwork, right? Teamwork in figuring out what you love. But a lot of it is teamwork, right? Teamwork in finding out what you love, what you don't love, what you like, what you don't like, and what your partner loves, likes, don't like, all that stuff, right? So optimization is critical. In order to optimize, you have to get feedback. So it's really cool when you can come with your partner, right, in a moment, in a place of authenticity. You can ask them, you know what did you really enjoy about what we just did? What element did you, what really stood out? Is a question that you can ask. And then you can also ask, what aspect don't you really vibe with, or didn't you really vibe with? And you guys should be at a place where you can communicate, hey, I didn't really like when you nibbled on my whatever, if you're not into that thing, right? So communicating like this really helps to build the intimacy and the trust, and it allows your partner to now know, okay, so they like this or they don't like this, and so now I can do this or I can do that. That's really beneficial for your needs. So yeah, guys, this is just a really quick video on this. I'll probably communicate another more in-depth one on this, but this will definitely keep the heart open. It'll help you to optimize over time. If you have comments, questions, let me know in the comment box. You can also email me. It's also in the information on this video. And yeah, guys, we will be talking soon. Peace.